Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, our fellows in America. Welcome on our presentation on financial results of PGE, Polska Grupa Energetyczna, in first quarter 2010. We have a great pleasure to present you our financial results and updates on our strategic projects. Hosts today are Mr. Tomasz Zadroga, CEO and President of the company, and Mr. Wojciech Topolnicki, Vice President and CFO. My name is Przemek Wasilewski. I'm Investor Relations Manager. Before we start, short technical information. We are now sitting in front of a group of domestic investors and analysts, but there are also people watching us via internet. Questions can be asked during Q&A session after the presentation. If you're sitting here, it's easy. You can just raise your hand and ask a question. For guys on the other side of computer, is a bit more tricky. You need to send email to us, and we will read it out and answer the question. If for any instance your internet connection is broken, there is a backup phone line available to dial in, but you will only hear our voices. You don't have opportunity to ask questions via phone. This works only via email. Okay, Mr. President.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon. Good afternoon to Europe, good morning to the US. It is nice to be here with you to present our first quarter result. I would say in these tough times they are quite impressive. When we compare first quarter this year to the previous one, we see almost the same results, but with exclusion of long-term contract, we see a huge surplus. In case of revenue, it is more than 5%. On EBITDA, it is 1%, but on net result, attributable to the main shareholders, is 55% increase. So it is a huge improvement year-to-year results. We will present all of them later on. Why I excluded long-term contract? Because you know this project is going down. Support from the government is going down year by year, and this year is the lowest. Maybe not the lowest, the biggest step down on yearly comparison. So that's why we decided to exclude revenues and profits coming out directly from long-term contracts. In case of our key projects, organizational ones are Consolidation, on track, on time. I will say few words more later on, just after presentation of financial results. Investment projects, Opole on track. New investment in Turów to be announced. It will be 1 unit to be started. Tender will start this year. That's our estimation. And 2 new units in Zedo. That's the new investment. We set up a new strategy for Zedo power plant. Coming to financial figures, Mr. Topolnicki will present all details.
Financial results, this is page number 3. Revenues, the sales line, we have been able to report revenue on the same level as quarter preceding year. If you look at the sales figure excluding long-term contract compensation, sales line has risen approximately 5%. Net profit down by roughly 1% versus the net profit attributable to shareholders of the main company, up by 3% to 0.9 billion zloty in the quarter. Page number 4, EBITDA margin. As you can see, we have been able to sustain high profitability of the business. As we have promised, it stays on the level of close to 37%. The quarter split has changed slightly versus the quarter splits that you have been observing in figures for last quarters. Namely, conventional EBITDA generation has gone down slightly. The major reason for that is the drastically lower LTC compensation. We have observed, or we are occurring a drastical, should I say, cliff with regard to LTC compensation, as mentioned by the president. It is quite probable that this year we have been reporting lately roughly 600 million for the year. Effectively, it should be even lower, namely roughly about 350%. Well, the good side of this news is that the potential uncertainty that investors have had previously in our accounts is gone, or will be almost gone this year. And therefore you can see, or you can assess the business more and more on the hard side, which is regular sale. You can see the EBITDA quarterly split in lower left hand side of page number 4. You can see that the underlying business, this is the marine blue color versus the yellow, and versus the yellow color, which corresponds to LTC compensation inclusion in the quarterly P&Ls. And as you can see, quarter 2010 is almost free of LTC compensation, as we have booked approximately 66 million zlotys only this quarter. EBITDA composition and development by business units, page number 5. Conventional down, as said, mainly due to LTC compensation decrease. The remaining roughly 50 million was due to lower production during first quarter. Renewable segment slightly up, not that much to describe. Wholesale business also slight increase in terms of the general volume of EBITDA generated by the group. However, in the segment it corresponds with an increase of 84%. However, this is not business driven. It is a release of a provision for disputed for disputes with our contractors. Retail sales down by roughly 20%. The reason for that was the increase of the redemption costs, which are going to be increased year by year in Poland until year 2020. You can see a compensation in the revenues on the regular sale, because it is a cost item which is on one hand incurred by our retail sales, however on the other hand taken also from the market, but still a slight increase in this business. Distribution up, as we promised. The president of the regulating body in Poland has made favorable decisions with regard to distribution to the distribution unit, and thus you can see, and you will probably observe in the next quarters, an increase versus previous quarters. Net debt, page number 6, as the conclusion of the financial part. Slightly less than it used to be at the year end. This is of course the reason for that is of course the cash production of the group. However, some notable occurrences have been noted in the group. Namely, we have cleaned the structure of the group from subordinated debt that was an amount of 1,650 million zlotys, which is very favorably treated or looked upon by rating agencies and by financial institutions. As of now, the only significant subordinated debt items which we have is the Turów Eurobond program, which is, I would say, insignificant with regard to group results, and also the Opole power plant credit, which is, on the other hand, guaranteed or backed out by the state. So this is an item which we will not touch, because effectively, from a financial institution point of view, it does not represent a problem in terms of debt subordination, because it is backed up by the state. So far, this part of our short speech today and consolidation program, please.
Yeah, just few words on the consolidation project. You know it very well. Currently, we have new information. All mergers plans are audited and fully approved by the court experts. It means that it is a green light from the court auditors to merge all companies in all four mergers. I mean distribution, retail, conventional generation and mining, and renewables generation. And of course, the fifth merger, mother company, parent company with two subholdings. Everything is on track. Currently, we are working on memoranda. We need 3, maximum 4 memoranda. Our advisors, together with our lawyers, are working on that. The final date of all mergers is unchanged, end of August. And after that, we will merge parent company together with our wholesale business, PGE Electra, and we will skip to the final org chart of the whole group. Parent company responsible for wholesale business, generation currently in 2 areas, in conventional, fired by conventional fuel, renewables, and in the next 5 to 10 years, nuclear, of course, distribution and retail. We also launched second phase of consolidation from September onwards. September this year onwards, we will have organizational structure with all tasks for all entities in the group. And the third phase will start from 2011, saving project. Non-core assets, which is important. In Polkomtel, we set up all advisors. They were publicly announced. In Exatel, we will choose our advisors soon, in next few weeks. And in all other non-core assets, we have currently on board results on our table. Results we have sold until today 9 entities, plus 1 conditionally. So 10 out of 150 are sold. Fully agree, it is limited amount, but that's the first phase of the project. Next will come immediately all other 140 stakes in other non-core assets will be sold in next 2 years, maximum 3 years, in the most difficult cases. The next page is well known by you, nothing new, but on the other page, page number 10, That's the second phase of our restructuring project. You see that only wholesale business, I mean parent company, will be profit center. Distribution and retail will become revenue centers, and generation will be only responsible for costs. That's our strategy, to make money, to make profits only on parent company level. Next page is also well known. We will face such a composition of our group just after Conversion Act and all mergers plan to be fulfilled. We will have only two levels of management. One subholdings will be excluded just after, will be closed down just after consolidation. So we will have only two levels, and our estimation of the shareholding structure in the parent company is like that. Not more than 7.5% of employees being as shareholders in the parent company, and currently these ratios are fully approved by the, as mentioned before, fully approved by the court experts, court auditors. It means we put proper figures in our consolidation, in our merging plans to the court. That's it regarding consolidation projects, and maybe just few words on our investment scheme. Mr. Topolnicki, please.
Maybe just as one small remark to the previous topic, if you would apply the same structure which we will achieve in September this year to last year results, we would get rid of approximately 600 million zlotys of minority interest, which is, I understand, significant information in terms of you preparing your models and the effect of minorities on the accounts. With regard to the investment program, also no new information since our last